Now, let's talk about what happens when you have multiple children. When one child, it's easy.
This video is brought to you by Appy Pie Academy.
It's their business, you guide them, that's it. With multiple children, there's a disfocus that happens where suddenly you have to think of things to do for both or for the three children that you might have, and the challenge becomes it's easier to focus on everything and it's easier to get everything done with one child, but you don't want to feel that have the other children feel like they are getting neglected, so you want to include them. And this is sort of the seesaw that you have to manage. And bigger teams are always harder to manage, even in the smallest things. For example, when I do my business coaching, I really like business coaching sessions that are one-on-one. As soon as business coaching sessions that are like one-on-two, when I do business coaching session with two co-founders, for example, I really don't like that. They all have different questions. One of them might be following, one of them might be slower a little bit, one of them might be a little bit ADD, the other one might not. The other one might have an ego, the other one might not. And all of this makes the conversation more all over the place, and it makes me go slower through concepts. We make less progress. And this is on something that is very controlled, just an hour coaching session. And still, there's I really see the difference in the results that my coaching clients get. So imagine if this is one child versus two versus three children business. So focusing on with one child, you'll get better results in most cases. But of course, you want to include the other children. So if you do include the other children, I recommend having a strong leader, but I also recommend giving important roles to the other children if they want to participate. If they don't want to participate, that's fine, because it actually will make it much harder for you to accomplish anything meaningful with multiple people at the same time, because you'll have to be teaching and educating multiple people at the same time, and that's just going to cut into the actual productivity. So to build a team, the thing you need is for them to, even if they don't start out with complementing skill sets, they need to learn complementing skill sets. Maybe you have children with different personality. One is a risk taker, one is more organized and careful. Perfect. Remember how we talked about the 1 and 2 dynamic, where the number 1 is like the creative person who leads and who's all over the place, but who might be unorganized. And so the number 2 is the organized person. They don't necessarily want to lead. They don't necessarily want to have all the responsibility, but they are very good at being organized, being careful, assessing risks, and just doing things that maybe the other child doesn't want to do. So think of how they can complement each other and suggest those roles to them. Because then if they complement each other in their tasks that they're given, that's going to create a perfectly balanced team. In fact, in any business, if you look at startups, they look for small founding teams. Ideal team sizes are 2 to 4 people for founders, but generally people have to have complementing skills. And if you have one skill that's extremely important for startups, that skill is usually programming or software engineering. Well, then guess what? In a startup team, maybe 2 people can program. But if you have a different kind of business, maybe that's not the case. So generally, you do have to identify all the skills that need to be made, and this is created in your plan that we've covered earlier, and the business plan and the task allocations plan. So you know what the tasks are that need to be done. So hopefully you can, if multiple children are interested in participating in this business, hopefully you can give them tasks from that plan that are natural for their personalities and skills and that are going to complement one another. That's perfect, so that there's a balance within your team and you can still move things forward.